Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Skyrim with no magic or magical equipment was harder than I expected. Let's follow that up with another brutal one. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Red with a team of only one Meowth. Meowth is a pretty underwhelming normal type. As you can see, his stats are overall weaker than that of first form starters, and that's with a very high base speed. Outside of his speed, his stats are some of the lowest we've used in Gen 1, although at least his high base speed will mean that we critically hit a decent amount. By level up, we only get normal moves, so although it's nice to have the same type attack bonus, we will rarely use any super effective moves. By TM, it's not much better, we just add some water and electric attacking moves. Still, Thunderbolt is a solid move, so maybe we have an answer for ghosts? Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through the challenge, so this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that I can do it, but that I'll need to be level 100. I just can't see us dealing enough damage by the end of the game without it. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Meowth. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Meowth so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him Sabu, because seriously, look at my kitten, Sabu. The more he grows, the more he looks like the Meowth evolution line. It's amazing. Especially considering he is a breed of Persian cat. Get it? Like Persian, like evolution of Meowth. I think it's clever. Shut up. Our stats look about how you would expect them to right now, equal other than speed. For moves, we have Scratch and Growl, so not much yet. Anyway, you know how Gen 1 runs where you don't have any water or grass moves start? We have to grind. Viridian Forest was actually super easy to get through for once, but that doesn't mean that I don't have to grind. Onix and Geodude, two rock types with high defense. That's the first gym. Even when we crit, I bet we wouldn't do more than 3 or 4 damage. If I get to at least level 12, then I'll have Bite. Dark type didn't exist in Gen 1, but this means that it's normal type, so we get the same type attack bonus, and it can still cause flinching, so that could get us the win. At level 12, I tried to fight a couple of times, but we're not ready yet. We actually got pretty solid critical hit and flinch luck on the first try, but it wasn't quite enough to take down Geodude. His defense curls made our non-critical bites pretty useless, but maybe in a few levels our crits will be strong enough that it won't matter. I tried a few more times at level 15, and it was finally the first run where we were able to outmuscle Geodude, but what really surprised me was Onix. We had an incredibly long and close fight with him, but every time he'd use Bide, we'd growl a few times to drop his attack so the tackle wouldn't hurt as much. We still hardly did anything, and honestly had terrible flinch luck with him, but in the end, we still got the win. Right after that is Mount Moon, so I quickly go and grab the TM for Water Gun and learn it right away. It'll be our weakest move, but we simply need something for when we run into rock types. Water Gun is going to be a lifesaver against the hikers after Nugget Bridge. But on my way to Nugget Bridge, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Once I get to town, I go after the rival right away, and on the first try, we don't even get sand attacked on, we easily win. Honestly, I was a bit surprised, but Bite is doing a lot more damage than I was expecting. After that is the Water Gym, and it went amazingly, with Staryu going down to a crit, and Screech did a great job of dropping Starmie's defense enough that we could two-shot it. It's a good thing we did, by the way, because Bubble Beam is dangerous. Speaking of, we used the Bubble Beam TM that Misty gave us to replace Water Gun. I'm not sure if we'll actually need it, but it's an upgrade, so why not? Oh, speaking of TMs, next is the SSN, so I make sure to grab the TM for Body Slam to replace Payday. Body Slam could potentially be our best move this run, although you could argue that Slash would be better since in Gen 1, a Meowth would probably crit almost every single time. Anyway, the rival on the SSN was incredibly easy on the first try with Body Slam, and only got any real damage in on us because they had a few Pokemon with Quick Attack. We weren't really in any real danger. For the Electric Gym, we also got an easy victory, although if Raichu's Thunderbolt had crit me, I'd probably have gone down. Rock Tunnel is normally a pain in normal type runs because of this mandatory hiker who just blows up a bunch of Geodudes on you, but Bubble Beam lets us sweep our way through, so that was actually really quick. Erica's Grass Gym is next, and it actually took a couple tries. It's not that it's a very hard fight in general, but if you get hit by Sleep Powder, you're pretty much done. Gen 1 Sleep is brutal since you don't attack on the turn that you wake up, but it only took about 4 tries before we didn't get put to sleep and won. The Giovanni fight was kind of funny. We obviously bubble beamed down the 2 rock types, but against Kangaskhan and we took massive damage off Comet Punch, just for him to follow up with Rage, a nearly useless move in Gen 1 that does pretty much nothing, so we won. The Pokemon Tower rival fight was just about as easy as usual with Body Slam. You know, as weird as it can be that we can learn Bubble Beam, it's a good thing that we can. It would be awful to have to use something like Bide to fight ghosts. With that, and a little bit of grinding out of the way, I go get the HMs from the Safari Zone. Let's use this time for a little debrief on the run. We have Slash now, and although it's weaker than Body Slam, in Gen 1 our base speed is probably going to get us a critical hit nearly every time. A critical Body Slam would be stronger and have a chance of paralysis, but the crits aren't as reliable with that, so I'm not really sure what the better move would be in general. I'll keep them both for now, but I might end up having to give one of them up eventually. Anyway, I tried fighting Koga's Poison Gym, but I could tell from the start that it probably wasn't going to end well. If we're not strong enough to one-shot Coughings, then there's no way we could one-shot Wheezing, and of course, he just blew us up. That's fine, we still have Silph-Co to do. So surprisingly enough, Rival Fivel was easy again for the second run in a row. Again, normally this is one of the hardest rival fights, but for whatever reason, it was a total no-damage sweep on the first try. He had plenty of chances to attack, they just didn't. In fact, Giovanni did far more damage than the rival did. It still wasn't much, but hey, that doesn't happen very often. To make the run even weirder, we easily beat the Psychic Gym on the first try before doing the Poison Gym. I'm not sure that I've ever actually done the 2 gyms in that order, but I guess having a run where you have a fast glass cannon who critically hits every slash results in some really weird fights. Finally, half a dozen tries later, and we finally got a run on Koga where we have high enough health going into the Wheezing fight that we just hardly hang on from self-destruct. This took a while, but hey, still not as bad as fighting Brock. Blaine's Fire Gym was an easy first try as usual. I was pretty worried since one Fire Blast would probably take us down, but they never ended up using it, and our critical slashes are actually stronger than Bubble Beam against pure fire types, so we did decent damage. Finally, the last gym is Giovanni's Ground Gym, but once again, an easy first try. Bubble Beam is quad effective against his rock types since they are rock and ground, and Slash is enough to cut our way through the rest of the team just fine. Last before the Elite Four was another rival fight, and once again we hardly took any damage at all. Critical slashes are completely carrying us through this run. Alright, things are about to get a lot harder. We can't use Slash in the upcoming Agatha battle, and we know that our special isn't high enough to carry us through that fight. So I decided to fight most of the trainers that I'd normally pass by in Victory Road to get some much needed experience. A couple of PowerPoint ups later, and here's how our stats are looking. Our insane speed aside, these are some of the worst stats we've had going into the Elite Four in a while. Let's just hope that our critical slashes are enough to carry us through at least the first battle. Make your final guesses on if we can win or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. This fight was actually shaping up to be a really easy win all the way through until the very end when Lapras came out, nearly took us out with one Blizzard, and we missed a Body Slam due to the 256 glitch. That was just mean. Still, if I was about 2 levels higher, I could probably one-shot most of her team, so let's just do that. Finally, 8 tries later, and we finally get this one where we get our first win against Lorelei, and it only worked out that way because Lapras missed Hydro Pump. Our crazy low special is seriously a problem. I'm starting to get really worried about that Agatha fight. Second is the fighting trainer Bruno. This was an easy no-damage fight. Honestly, they probably had multiple chances to just one-shot us, but they never took it, so on to Agatha. Third is the ghost trainer Agatha, and this was a long one. I thought I was doomed the instant I hit my first Thunderbolt and saw that it did almost nothing. But because of just how random Agatha's move choice is, she almost never directly attacked me. I know we're a normal type, but in Gen 1 Nightshade still works on us, so she could have attacked, but often didn't. Regardless of how great our first try went, we still lost in the end just because we do almost nothing. I should fight the entire Elite Four a few more times and get some experience. Maybe then it will take less than 5 Thunderbolts per Gengar. Wait, why do I have a max of 20 slashes? I think that I saved before I used those PowerPoint ups, so when I reloaded my save before the Elite Four to save on fainting money, I undid my PowerPoint ups. I can't even be mad, that's just funny. Anyway, tons of levels later, and I still just lose every time. Seriously, level 75, and we still hardly do any damage. Thunderbolt is the strongest move that we can learn to hit ghosts, either than Thunder, but Thunder misses way too much to be worth using. We just had to keep trying. Finally, all the way at level 82, after dozens and dozens of attempts, we finally get this one where we win mostly based on their bad move choice. This fight was a ridiculous brick wall, but with a Gen 1 opponent built around confusion and sleep, this was bound to happen. I just wish we could have learned Dig or something. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Thankfully, by contrast of Agatha, he was a no-damage sweep. We're a way higher level than we used to be, so the critical slash strategy has gotten a lot stronger. Finally, the Pokemon Champion, and I wish we could end this on some kind of massive climactic battle, but we ended up taking no damage throughout most of the fight. Yeah, a critical Razor Leaf in the end hurt a lot, but would you look at how strong our critical slashes are? Meowth can be a bit of a beast in Gen 1, it seems. Well, other than one insanely hard fight, that wasn't bad. I really hope you guys like that run. For next Saturday's challenge, we'll be doing a Natu-only run in Pokemon Gold. I'm interested to see how that turns out, because I don't actually know much about that Pokemon. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlists in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend Whatageek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and now we're doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, Whatageek, and Gooseit playing Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon X here on my channel. Also, come to the Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.